Hey everyone, it's me again. So, for what you got to you guys was the last episode where I put Oxygen Not Included. To me, it was like 30 minutes ago or something. So, I decided, as I said in there, I'm gonna be talking the entire time. Because, why not? But, we don't have much music, so, let me change that real quick, because that'll get real annoying. Alright, so hope you guys like this. I found some, hopefully, uncopyrighted music. The title of the YouTube video says uncopyrighted. It's like lo-fi music, technically, which, yeah, people might think it's kind of cringe, but it's nice. But this says, gonna try talking for a decent amount of this episode. Also, I've never tried pixel art before. Like, I've only really tried regular art. So I'm gonna, start small. Yeah, just do a little bit by a little bit. Okay, but, so to the talking part, though. Like I said, like I mentioned last video, like, I've been writing a lot of stuff, which has been a pretty enjoyable process, I'd say. And I've been able to do a decent amount of stuff. Because, yeah. But pretty much it's just because I've been able to do a decent amount of stuff. Okay, my thoughts are getting off track. I'm not used to doing so. I'll probably get into a rhythm further on the episode, but just bear with me. Alright, yeah. So, but pretty much it's just a case of words. But like my main current, like I said before, two current main writing projects got Soul Glow and Static. Like Soul Glow, as I mentioned before, is just a thing to where their souls are being experimented on, stuff like that. But like I said, since I've been doing it for so long, it's just been a lot of fun, honestly. But it's just like thinking of all the ideas and getting to slowly execute them. Pretty fun, I'd say. But okay, still trying to think. Having trouble with that. I've been trying to focus, make the art look good, but also trying to focus on doing that, which not the easiest task in the world, but meh. Okay. Like, pretty much, I've just been. It's fun, honestly, having a project you do for so long. Yeah. Okay. Because, like, you know what? I have another idea for what I'm gonna draw here, so. I just find the eraser on here. Here. Okay, so let me just. this is fun. But down act normal. Okay. So, since first I'm going to talk about Soul Glow, I'm going to draw something for Soul Glow. I think that makes sense. So we're going to start off with a pure pitch black. Alright, but you see, this with Soul Glow, it's just... It's honestly just... with it there. Still in that in-between mode. I am sorry, because it's probably very cringy watching me struggle through the beginner mode of just trying to get my thoughts in order. But I promise you I'll get better. Okay, I'm not good with pixel art though, that's the problem. Yeah. Can only use pixel art like in Minecraft. But you know, you live and learn. I realize my hotkeys for this stuff too. But I just haven't figured them out. Eh. Okay, but with Soul Glow, basically the premise is just this guy named Dark D, who when I was younger started out as just kind of being my alter ego, since the first character in it was kind of just a self-insert. But it's just grown so much beyond that, honestly. Like how much before it used to be a self-insert, now grown to its own character, which I really, really appreciate of it. Because this makes it so much more interesting, because like, well, I was supposed to have, but self-insert can be fun sometimes, but it's usually just pretty boring. So therefore, it's just kids whenever manage to make a non-self-insert, it gets pretty fun. But pretty much, we don't need any aspects for whatever character I'm talking to here. So hold on, gotta redo the entire thing again, of course. Yeah, like normal, this is a mess. But you know what? It's my mess. So therefore, we can deal with it. Plus, you gotta admit, it's fun just destroying these things with the eraser. Alright. New plan. So first up is build the self-insert character. His name is Cobalt. You know, as you can tell where I get my channel name from. He basically has the ability to make flames. So he can just light anything he wants on fire. And his flames are blue hot, which is how blue flames are hot are decently common knowledge, I think. So therefore, but I just really like him, honestly, since all the things I've done with him. So yeah, I think, okay, we need a bit lighter. Yeah, it works, but basically he can make whatever fire he needs. but this is blue. He just bursts to making like fireballs and stuff. Simpler forms. He also, like most characters, store fire. Since there are multiple who can just create fire, so that's one of the simpler experiments to do in the world. At least with how this guy's figured, how Dark D has figured out how to do them. So therefore, the easiest one that seems to be fire. Makes sense. So there are a few of them, but a lot of them can also cover themselves in fire. But he also has a brother. His name is Cole. Yeah. It's basically, Cole can also make fire because very similar, and it's often mentioned by people that Cole and Dark D look very similar, just with different scars and stuff to tell them apart. Yeah. It's because, I'm trying to get this rhythm. It's a lot easier to make stuff like this when you're actually drawing normally, so it's interesting trying to do it this way. Alright. Okay, I'm just gonna try a different idea. Okay, but Cole can make black flames, which, yes, I know isn't a logical idea, but these don't really have logic in them. Or just blackish, grayish flames, depending on how I want to look at them. Can you switch to the... Thank you, finally. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. But, pretty much, he just uses black flames a lot to do a lot of things. They're usually... The difference of them from his brother's flames is they create a lot more smoke. Like, I'm talking a decent amount more. So therefore, it makes sense to kind of use them more smoke bombs. Okay, let me check this. Okay, so it's working the way it did. Okay. How do you switch the lighter function of it? That is a good question, though. Oh. Okay. Alright, yeah, basically, I can spell purple unexpected, but you know what? It's somewhat black, so I can take it. Basically, he uses his for smoke bombs a lot more. Simply because they're a lot better for it. So, use things for what they're better at, Okay, but yeah. I'm just trying to get my words together. Okay. Okay, like I said, a bit more purple than I want it to be. So lasso, yeah. So, gradient tool. That would be nice. Okay then. Well, that will be useful in the future, so yeah, I'll keep it there. Okay, so here's check out some of the settings. Looks like, oh, screw you. Oops, bumped it again. But I really am sorry for how much I keep on just stopping, thinking. It's just hard to do this, and this all probably looks like shit. Alright, so I'll just leave it purplish. But yeah, basically the two brothers. Cobalt can kind of make blue flames and use fireballs. Gold can do a similar thing, but prefers to use them as smoke bombs and stuff, though will attack if necessary. Now, of course, all the characters have, well, not necessarily an of course thing, but all the, I'll just get to this after I've done all of them. Then we have Amber. So, Amber, her whole thing is simply that she has a bow and arrow, alright? But her arrows just so happen to be a kind of on fire. Oh god, this shade of white is used way too much. Oh dear god, that's one problem with this. Okay, alright. Yeah, since I have that, I can just get some black. Click this. Oh, this is nice. Didn't mean to do that, but okay. Didn't mean to do that as well. Okay, sorry for getting sidetracked and stuff. Just very, very easy. Especially when you make mistakes like that. Okay. So back to the task at hand. So I'm just gonna... Yeah, this is a basic arrow. But hers are, well, on fire. I know this is a lot of focus on fire. I'm just kind of realizing how big of a focus on fire these characters have, alright? That's not a good representation of it, but actually this black is not gonna go well with my next idea, well, my next character. So I'm just gonna make it a gradient. Right, so we're gonna make it to where it's just like so a light grayish blue, for one. Alright, yeah, you'll. And then for the other, we'll have some of this, yeah. No, I want more of that. Okay, hold on a second. I like it. Oh, that. Let me just. Oh, that's beautiful. Like, you gotta admit, that is awesome. Dang. I'm gonna have to turn the grid mode back on. But I do really appreciate that. Okay. But basically, Amber can pull out a bow and arrow, fire them off, and shoot flames at anyone she wants. Which can be pretty useful, honestly. Sure, we have a lot of long-range hackers here, but she's only like a decent. Also, I realize how unbalanced this group is now. But also, their powers have been set in stone for so long that if I change it, it's going to cause a cascading domino effect of fuck-ups. Because seriously, it's just so much I'd have to change to fix it. Alright. But for the next one, we've got ink. Now, ink is made out of an ink-like substance. His experiment went so weird that his entire body got turned into it. But he also has access to basically almost a world that's full of ink. So but he can't really access it that easily. But when he does, and he needs to, it will usually end up being dangerous for the other party. And while his eyes normally don't show, when they do, they're just a blood red. Like, this isn't an exact representation of him, obviously. It's just a small little scale thing to represent just kind of his character. Because that's the main squad. And they all kind of are. They live in a laboratory in the first chapter. But that's run by Dark D. And they have to get pushed around, experimented a bit on, until they finally get to it. Basically, they're still. And then, of course, they meet another trio. But they meet a trio to deal with, which I have to put some different for. Alright, let's do this. I'm trying to try out how these how these gradients work, since they're pretty interesting. It's a red, I think. So I have to put 1 on for it. I like it almost. Just hit 20. And nah, 20. That's where it's at. That's where it's all next up on top of it. So, basically, it's just kind of like, since obviously they do eventually escape the place, but this will be one of the main groups that's sent after them to try and retrieve them almost. Since, Dark Deed doesn't want to lose some of his experiments. Yeah. So therefore, he has to send others after him. So first off, we have Royal. Royal is able to basically just make swords. Yes, I know it's pretty simple, but also it's just it basically has like a crown on his head, a red cape, and a purple skin-tight suit that he cannot take off, even if he wanted to. So therefore, yeah. Basically, he's able to whip him out pretty easily. He's got it down to almost an art. And if he manages to whip him out, you will probably bleed. Yeah. Yep, touched it again. But he's not even the scariest one of the trio. The next one also scares the trio, but is the most emotional trauma causing the trio. So we have Onyx. She is basically a living statue. She has cracks and stuff. But hold on, I have an idea. Yeah. Alright, so let me just... Basically, she's a living stone statue. So, she just doesn't... She just... But she has cracks all over to show she's withered. She's also the mom. The mom of Ink. But she's not a very good mom. Because of just underlying issues. And her face is almost, despite being a stone statue, can change pretty easily. But those kind of expressions is kind of this here type of expression. And she can basically control the earth. But she doesn't like exactly control the dirt or anything. She just makes pillars of stone shoot up, which can be very annoying. Also, mind you, a lot of these characters confuse together. Like the last group of 4, they confuse between each other. All 4 of them confuse together because of how their souls work. How they've been changed allows them to link together. Actually, the first test of it that was done, which had some difficulties. No, okay. We are having some difficulties. Okay, it's many, but yeah. Alright, so here we are. Definitely have some difficulties. I don't know how this works, but basically the previous four. Yep. If they want to, they could fuse into something called basically called, I think Sulfo is what I named it. Basically a powerful creature, yep. We also have another one that's kind of involved in stones. But not necessarily. Alright. So this next one, his name is Roon. Basically, his whole thing. First of all, his hair is split between black and white. Not technically important information, but I thought it was interesting enough to know. Basically, you can get stones from basically anywhere. And kind of, I'll just use, let's just check. Okay. And he can kind of carve symbols almost into the rock he finds, which means something in some sort of ancient language, or basically hieroglyphics that he has analyzed and memorized. But sorry. He works part-time as like a lab assistant, and the most common way to fill up these carbons is with the blood, which usually changes color, and therefore can give him the power. Let me use the powers of whatever experience blood he put into it through it. So therefore he can actually use it in other ways. So this trio is a pretty daunting to fight against, honestly. Alright, so let me just... I really do not know how to sort layers. Maybe this. Oh, duh. This bar. Okay, so I'm gonna merge you up, merge you up. So, first I'm gonna click on that, I'm gonna click on this. Well, look at how, honestly, if it wasn't for these two, this could actually fit. But now, up. Okay, so I got like this. So now we can kind of continue. Probably should have made these separate works, honestly. But now that I made them one work, gotta continue my bidding. Alright. So then, you have Chal. Chal's kind of a pet they find along the way. Basically, it's an experiment meant to slip out with them, and therefore is now part of them. And if anyone fucks with Chal, they will find their spleen in China because they care for him dearly. Basically, Chal has a sideways oval of a body, bigger than this, with only an eye. And basically, has platforms that have like chains going off them with hands at the end, and you can make as many of these chained hands as he wants. Like, you can make thousands of them if you really want to. Things are lacking. I don't like that. Okay. I'm having some technical difficulties,